Hi guys, this is John from Meatgistics University, and this is Smoked Meat 104, Smoking a Pork Tenderloin. One of the easiest and most common things to be smoked at home is a pork tenderloin. They're readily available at almost any grocery store or even a supermarket, and they're really easy to get right. The fact that it's a tenderloin means it's the psoas major muscle. Now, if you don't know what that muscle is, it's one that runs along the spine. They're really tender as they aren't a heavily used muscle like the chest or a leg would be. Now, we're gonna season this in 2 stages. The first is gonna be an overnight marinade with our roast pork with apple, cinnamon, and butter. And then just before we put it in the smoker, we're gonna rub it with some apple sweet and sassy rump rub. So to marinate this, I'm gonna put it in a vacuum bag with the seasoning, and since this is a marinade that already contains phosphates, it's gonna do a good job of soaking it up and staying in the meat through the cooking process. Now, if the marinade that you're gonna use does not contain phosphates, I'd seriously considering adding some of the phosphates, as it's gonna chemically change the meat so it has a higher water holding capacity. In the end, that's gonna give you a juicier and better overall product. Now, if we were doing a thicker cut like a pork butt and maybe even an entire pork loin, I'd inject it. But since this is a 104 class, we're just gonna cover injecting in later videos. So the usage on this is 5 ounces to 6.24 pounds of pork and just about a pound of water. Since there are about 3 total pounds here, we're gonna dissolve about half the shaker in a half a pound of water. Then we're gonna put the pork in a vacuum bag, pour this over it, vacuum seal it, just to remove as much of the air as possible. We don't need a perfect seal, just a good one. And we're gonna leave it in a refrigerator overnight to marinate. All right, so they've marinated it overnight. Next step is to rub on the apple sweet and sassy rump rub, and we're gonna go ahead and coat this thing in it. Just really get as much on it as it'll take. Then we're gonna go ahead and get it in our smoker. So we're gonna cook this till it's about 140 degrees internal temperature. We're just gonna set our smoker at 220 degrees. We don't need to worry about getting it up to 160 because it's a whole muscle. It's not ground up. So any bacteria or anything is gonna grow on the outside, not the inside. So once the internal temperature is 140, we know anything on the outside has been killed. So we're gonna go ahead and throw this in our smoker. It's probably gonna take us about 2.5 hours or thereabouts, and we'll be back. All right, so we're back. It took us about 2.5 hours to get these pork tenderloins up to 140 degrees. We had our PK 100 set at 225, and we had a water pan in there to help add some humidity. Helps increase your moisture of your final product and makes the cook time a little bit quicker. So with one we rubbed with the apple sweet and sassy, and the other one we rubbed with the pork chop and roast rub. This is really, really good on these. I mean, the apple sweet and sassy is usually what I go to when I'm doing anything with pork, but this was phenomenal. I might start changing my mind. We've got a really nice juicy product right here. I mean, they're pork tenderloins, so it's hard to mess them up. If you cook it to 140 degrees, it's gonna have some nice juiciness to it. These are phenomenal. It's just a great, easy way to get into smoking if you've never smoked before. The PK 100 does a great job with smoke. It makes your product look really nice, and it gives it a real nice smoky flavor almost no matter what wood chips you used. We used apple, but I mean, hickory, mesquite, any of those on pork like this will work just great. So I was using the Grilleye Pro Plus thermometer, and I was just sitting at my desk, and all of a sudden my phone started going off, and it reminded me that I had it on there and had just reached target temperature. Who knows how long I would have forgotten about it. We might end up with a slightly dried product if that hadn't done this. This is a great little assistant for any home smoker, whether you're just beginning or you're experienced. It really can help you out. As always, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and visit waltonsinc.com and meatgistics.com to find everything but the meat. Thanks for watching. I'm John with Meatgistics University, and I'll see you guys next time. Subscribe to Walton's YouTube channel to watch more amazing videos, or shop at waltonsinc.com to find everything but the meat. Check out our latest sales and giveaway video here, or watch another hand-picked video by clicking here.